What's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button for me. This is Drinks with JD. My main man, Manny Martinez.
LL Cool Day.
There you go. That's right. That's
how I
right.
remember
Yeah,
you,
you're
my
right.
man.
You're right. Thank you so much for being here with me, my brother. I appreciate you.
You as well.
Honestly, this has been a long time, right?
It has.
Well, we've been planning it for a long time, you know, ever since the beginning, ever since I started Drinks with JD, you know. And I'm thankful that we finally get a chance to sit down together. So
Yeah, me too.
thank you again for being here, my brother.
Thank you.
All right, so since it's our first time sitting down together, can you please introduce yourself to the Planet S.O.N audience? Can you please let them know who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
All right. My name is Manny Martinez. I'm from Southeast San Diego. Grew up on 37th in Boston. Pretty much what I do now, do music, fun things, you know what I mean? Things that I love to do. Writing and different things of that sort. And I'm also playing in a local cover band at the moment. But also I've been helping out veterans increase their VA disability ratings.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
That's one of the passions that I have right now as well.
Okay.
I've also been in the solar industry as well. So
Yeah, you're just a jack of all trades, right?
yeah, man. I mean, we live in Cali, so we got to get it while the getting is good.
No doubt, no
I'm definitely not gonna have them move me out of my hometown.
No doubt. Okay. Well, since you just mentioned how you're from Southeast San Diego, right? What neighborhood specifically did you grow up in?
I grew up in Shelltown.
In Shelltown. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Right on the corner of 37th in Boston. So
okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And what schools did you go to growing up?
So I went to St. Jude's right there on the top of the hill. You know, kindergarten. My mother pretty much grew up there. My family's been there since like the 50s.
Okay.
We actually still own the home that we live in there. So like,
that's amazing.
So my brother stays there and stuff like that. But no, went to, like I said, St. Jude's, and then we got bussed out to Loma Portal.
Yeah.
And then kind of what happened in the 80s, some guys from Logan ended up, some stuff went down in the alley.
Okay.
Guys got killed. My mom ends up coming home married with a drill instructor from the Marine Corps.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Crazy story.
Yeah.
And we end up going to Okinawa, Japan.
Wow.
So
you just moved, picked up and left.
Yeah, she just came home and was like, yo, I got married pretty much, and we're going to Japan.
Yeah, okay.
And so my brother was 7, and I was 7, he was 14.
Yeah.
And so he took Southeast over there.
Okay.
So we went to school over there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He ends up getting just kicked off the island.
Oh, wow.
Coming back home.
Yes.
I end up going to Oceanside and then 29 Palms. So I went to different schools,
Yeah.
I landed back in San Diego in 1990, went to Kroc Middle School.
Wow, yeah.
Where I met Young Sick, Frankie.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, I met,
beautiful day in San Diego.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, me and Frankie linked up back then.
Wow.
And then I dipped back up to 29 Palms for 8th grade, beginning of 9th, and then I shot back and landed at Hoover.
Wow.
East Side.
Yeah.
So, and then stomped through East San Diego, ended up getting kicked out of Hoover, and then landed at Garfield.
Okay.
Everybody, out there from Daygo knows what Garfield was about.
Okay.
On Oregon, up in off of El Cajon Boulevard.
Okay.
Got kicked out of there.
Oh, man.
And it was just crazy back then. It was in the mid-90s, you know what I mean? It's like 92.
Just growing up in San Diego.
93. And then the 90s were just wild, sitting here, being a product of those streets, you know what I mean? And then leaving and then coming back. I came back in the mid-90s when everything was like really hot, so it was like, that's where I ended up meeting, a friend that I came out on a video with called Callus.
Okay.
And
yeah, for sure. We'll speak about him
later. But there's just tons of different things that I went through, through life and going through all these different schools and stuff like that. So I actually graduated from the school that was in Horton Plaza.
Oh, wow.
So it was like one of the... Then I landed my first jobs in there and stuff like that.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, let's talk about your time in Okinawa. How was your time in Japan? Or how many years did you spend there?
It was supposed to be a 3-year tour.
Yeah.
My brother made it a year and a half.
Okay, but how was your experience?
It was
during
amazing.
That year and a half?
I was pretty bummed out that we had to leave, but I was learning the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to live off base and stuff like that. was learning the language.
Yeah.
We had firecrackers. I mean, it was 1985.
Yeah.
So we had Super Mario Brothers was
There you
out.
go.
We
There you
had all
go.
these different arcades. I would be at the Mama-san store outside off base playing video games on a milk crate. So,
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
literally want to go back because
Yeah.
I feel little Manny is still out there in the jungle somewhere. You know what I mean?
No doubt. No, yeah, and let's say from my experience, right? I lived in Japan for 2 years, right?
Okay.
So even though let's say the year and a half that you spent, that's like about the same time that I spent in Japan. And from my experience, it was just, I mean, I still talk about it, and it's been, I don't know, 15 years since I lived there.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I still remember how beautiful it was as far as culture and just everything from the people to the food. So
What part?
well, I guess you could say unfortunately, because I mean, Okinawa is like the Hawaii of Japan. That's amazing, right?
You see your feet in the water.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything, man.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
I'm jealous. You know, what I'm jealous because I mean that's amazing, Okinawa. But I lived on the north side, so it's on almost the very tip of the north of the country in Misawa.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool. It was
Was that on the
cold.
side? Was Fukushima up that way or no?
I'm not sure where that city's at, but it was just all the way up north, and yeah, it was very cold up there. So
No,
okay,
definitely.
okay. So let's say besides music, right? What else were you interested in as a kid?
Sports, video games was like a mad thing. You know, being outside, man. Being outside was my thing. I
No
had,
doubt.
you know, my mom made it. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have everything, you know, but she always made it like she always made sure I had like cool stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, I had that Knight Rider big wheel. You know what I mean? That had the
That's what I'm
brake on it.
talking
You know,
about,
no, 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 no. I'll be coming down the block
Yeah.
and just like smashing that thing. So
That's cool.
things of that sort, man. Just being outside, playing
Yeah.
butts up on the wall. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with all your friends and stuff like that. Even though stuff was dangerous out there, we were
Yeah.
still going down, Boston block over 37th all
Yeah.
the way down into Goodyear, but crossing over 37th, you'd have to have a kid there watching the corner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because cars are not stopping, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just like those types of things,
Yeah.
those adrenaline rushes as a kid. I
Yeah.
mean, and then living on base, we were having those too, you know.
That's pretty cool, man.
So-
Now, you just mentioned sports, right?
Yeah.
And I know being San Diegans, I know last year you attended the Padres playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think? You think they're gonna take it this year?
Yeah, I think so. I hope
Okay,
so. You know what I mean? I hope
Yeah,
so. I really do. I
Did
mean,
you have fun during the games?
I did. I did. You know what? I messed up and I was yelling out there at that game.
Yeah.
And that next weekend, I had
You had a
I had
gig? Oh, okay.
Jack my voice.
Oh,
all up,
man.
But it was
Yeah.
worth it because one of the dudes dropped the ball. I
Okay.
was yelling at him. He was like in left field.
Okay, okay.
Ended up dropping.
You're
it.
distracting them.
I kept coming up and like yelling at him hardcore, bro. It was
No
funny.
doubt.
It was pretty funny.
No doubt. That's cool. That's cool. Well, hey, I hope they take it this year. So, okay. So, music, right? When did the love of music start within you?
Well, as a kid, I grew up I grew up with parents that listen to good music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my dad had the 8-track player in the car all the time. My dad's from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? He came to San Diego.
Yeah.
Met my mother. Yeah, she was Guamanian and Mexican.
Oh, wow.
My dad's Puerto Rican. So I grew up with family. My mom was she loved salsa music and stuff
Yeah.
like that, even though she wasn't Puerto Rican. So just listening to just all kinds of good music, man.
Yes,
So
yes.
she told me one time though, my brother, he was in the San Diego Boys Choir.
Okay, that's cool.
Because we used to live in downtown and stuff too. So
Yeah.
he hated being in it.
Why?
I don't know, but I knew all the songs.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
singing them all the time,
That's cool.
And so just growing up with like Stevie Wonder, just good
Yeah.
music, man. Always taking long car rides and listening to good songs. So,
Okay. So ever since you're a kid, it was
As
just
a
like you just
kid.
love music. Okay.
Yep.
Now,
always had to make sure I had extra batteries, when I had my radio with me too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say when you wanted to pursue music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were your family were they encouraging?
Yeah, well, I didn't really. It's pretty crazy, man, because like I just love music and sang all the time.
Yeah.
I actually found a tape and I have it. I still have it preserved.
Yeah.
I rapped over 92.5 and it was playing knee deep. And I started freestyling Beat Street.
Yeah.
I grew up in that era where Beat Street came out, Sugar Hill Gang, all that stuff
Yeah,
started
yeah.
coming out. And so Beat Street was one of like my favorite movies and stuff. And that whole song, the message of that song too
Yeah.
was something. So I don't know, I always loved rap music and just all that stuff. So I didn't really pursue it until like a teenager, you know.
Okay.
I had thoughts of it, and I started writing stuff down because I had some friends that were kind of encouraging me to you know, write and stuff like that. So it ended up taking me 15 years to actually complete a project.
No doubt. But hey, it was in you regardless, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I did it not for like money or anything. You know, I did it just to have it, like, you know, kind of put
just
a little bit of my
yourself.
express myself, and then have something for my kids as well.
Exactly,
like, write some good music, you know.
Okay. All right. So when I first met you, right, it was like what, 2016 or something, right?
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've noticed that you're a hustler, right? You're a hustler. You do it all, and that's just within you, right? You're a hustler by nature, right? Where does that ambition come from?
Oh man, I guess survival mode, if you really want to think about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Survival mode, man. It's just out there. It's just like, you know what I mean? You got to just keep on getting out there like it's your last, you know? And getting up every day, you know, with the passion to make something happen, you know? So, I don't know. It's just, you know, it's just been in me. I have fun doing it too. You know what I mean? Like, one of my first jobs, I was actually telling a kid this at the mall today. Like, one of my first jobs was in the mall because I ended up graduating from the high school that was in the mall.
Plaza,
yeah. So one of my first jobs, I got an internship. Funny as all get out. I got the internship at the Sesame Street store.
Okay.
So they let us try to pick whatever store. So I said, Sesame Street would be cool, you know? So I went in there, and I went in there looking like you with a tie on, right? They thought I was the manager.
No doubt.
You know, but
hey, you got that job.
I got the internship, you know, and then they gave me the job, and then there was a lady that was out front. She had a cart. She was running 2 carts. One was shoelaces you never had to tie. Those little piggy ones.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Think of Horton. I don't know if you were ever in Horton Plaza when it was out.
I grew up in Golden Hill, man. That was my backyard.
Okay, man. So I'm jumping in front of all these tourists with these shoelaces and jumping in front of them and be like, boom, you'll never have to tie your shoes. And I was slanging them like crazy.
That's cool, man.
So I think it was just from there, man, and just living in the neighborhood too. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting their slang on. So it's like everybody's making money. Everybody's trying to make something happen. Of course. You know? So it's like, you know, and then having a single mother, man, like she always worked, man, and she had good jobs and she networked. So if you really want to think about it, my mother, the thing came from her, man. Like she just always lit up a room and was always talking to people and was just, you know. I mean, do you remember at where we met? Was there always like, do you ever remember too much laughter going on down there?
Of course, because overall, I mean, your personality is contagious. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like I said, ever since 2016, I just knew my man Manny, like he has that hustle in him. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty dope to know that mama helped you inspire and also put that in you. So that's pretty dope, man.
One of the things, she would always get my friends jobs too. Like when we were younger, before like, you know, 16, like she'd go, oh man, we have these temp agencies. She'd go to the temp agencies, get jobs, you know. She goes, hey, let's get a couple of your friends out there. And we'd be up there in Mira Mesa, man.
And now you guys be working.
And then it was funny because back then there was a lot of the Filipino breakdancers up there, you know what I mean? So we were like messing with them.
There you go, that pop lock. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. All right, bro. So I noticed that you have a lot of knowledge in different industries, right? How much do you enjoy switching hustles within different markets?
Daygo.